My name is Jake Lloyd, and I am a lifelong pro wrestling fan.
And I'm Alexandra Hoy, brand new to the wonderful world of pro wrestling, and I have decades worth of characters and stories to catch up on.
And so this is her crash course in WWE history by way of the iconic Royal Rumble match.
It's me, you, and 30 other men.
Hello and welcome. Hey, Alexandra, remember when I forgot to turn the volume down and when our theme started, it broke our eardrums and our headphones?
Huh? What?
Do you remember that when that happened?
I can't hear you.
Sorry that I did that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I almost drank the jar of Rumbles.
That's not a coffee.
Yep.
See, clearly you need the coffee.
I need the coffee.
From your beautiful Dragon Wagon Radio mug, available now at dragonwagonshop.com.
Jesus.
I'm so good at this.
Wow.
I'm so good.
So organic.
So
You know
good.
they can't see the mug.
Yeah, I know, but they know. They get it. They can visualize what it looks like.
Visualize a mug.
You
It's
can,
actually a really nice mug, though.
You can also
Side
get Me, You, and 30 merchandise at dragonwagonshop.com as well.
All right, Jake. All right.
Listen, we got to keep the lights on. Don't make me feel like an asshole.
I'm not trying to make you feel like an asshole.
Because you won't feel
Those
like an
are-
asshole in a beautiful shirt from Dragon Wagon. All right.
Okay, anyway, so welcome back.
Welcome
Or
back.
welcome for the first time, if this is your first time, and you're just randomly starting with this episode. I guess you could start with any episode, really.
Yeah, you absolutely
There's absolutely
could start.
no order.
I mean, we're not even doing anything in order.
No. So that's the fun. That's
That
the
is
fun
the
of
fun.
Watching all the Royal Rumbles out of order. It's so hard for me to say that. It
You
really
have a
is.
really hard time.
I have a marble mouth.
You really do.
Royal Rumble. It's
From-
like many mumbling mice.
Say World Wrestling Entertainment's
No.
Royal Rumble.
Nope. Thank you.
Say the Royal Rumble
Jake,
by World Wrestling
For
Entertainment.
those who don't know or need a reminder, what is a Royal Rumble?
The Royal Rumble is the biggest match of the year in WWE, in which 30 wrestlers compete in one match. The way it works is two men start the match, and then every 2 minutes or so, another wrestler joins in the mayhem. Wrestlers are eliminated when they are thrown over the top rope, and both of their little feetsies hit the floor. The last man standing is declared the winner of the match and is usually given a championship opportunity at WrestleMania. I think that started in 1993. Maybe that was the first time that became the norm. But that's what we're doing here. We're watching the Royal Rumbles. What we're going to do is we're going to pick a Royal Rumble match at random out of the Royal Rumbles and watch it in real time right alongside you if you're into that sort of thing.
I think the proper term is feti.
Feti? Multiple feats. Feti.
Feti.
All right, so what year is it going to be this week?
Okay, I have shooketh the jar of rumbles. Now I'm selecting 1991.
1991. Get your time machines because we are going back to the 90s.
Jake, I have 2 questions for you. The first is, are you ready to rumble?
I am very much ready to rumble, especially in 1991.
Okay, and then the second question is, what the hell was happening in 1991? I already see the names The Undertaker, Hulk, and Macho Man.
Well, don't do that.
Why?
Because now you're reading ahead and you know what to expect. Now you've lost surprises.
I mean, I would have expected all of those.
Really? Because Undertaker just debuted
When?
in 1991.
What?
Or 1990, maybe. 1990. Like 2 months before this.
So it's a little baby taker?
2 months ago, he debuted. Anyways, in 1991, you derailed me with naming names. You really, you disappointed me. Could you hear the sadness in my voice?
I know, you were so sad.
I got really sad.
You really wanted to be the one to tell me about those names.
No, I just wanted you to see them naturally. I get so upset when
You do not like spoilers.
When we're watching a TV show and it gives you a little description about what happens and you fucking read it, drives me crazy. We're going to watch it.
Let me enjoy entertainment the way I want to enjoy it.
Do it the way I want you to do it.
Listen, man.
Operation Desert Shield.
That's the name of this rumble?
No, that's what's happening in the real world.
I was like,
in
that's
1991.
dark. Okay.
And
yeah.
to capitalize on that, around this time, Sergeant Slaughter, the great American hero, had just returned to the WWF as a bad guy sympathizing with like the Iraqi government.
Oh, okay.
Very
political.
Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, at this point in time, the WWF champion is the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
After beating Hulk Hogan.
I'm always a fan when anyone beats Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Hulkamania. Hulkamania is running wild right now. This is peak Hulkamania, the 4th ever Royal Rumble event.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because it started in the late 80s, right? Like
yeah,
88
let's see.
or something.
Let me look at what it says here. It took place on January 19th, 1991 in Miami, Florida.
Miami.
The tagline for the event is friend versus friend, foe versus foe. It's every man for himself. And at this
that's
point,
lame.
At this point, it's 1991.
Is that an excuse for lameness?
Yeah, everything was lame in 1991.
I beg your pardon.
Macho Man Randy Savage at this point is Macho King because he had just won the King of the Ring.
What a great timing considering the King of the Ring that's about to
coming back this week.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some matches on the undercard were. It doesn't show me in the same way that it usually does. Ted DiBiase and Virgil against Dusty Rhodes and his son Dustin Rhodes, not Gold Dust, but Dustin Rhodes. This is before he was Gold Dust.
Right. At this point, he's still silver or bronze.
What?
Never mind.
Oh,
other people will get that.
Gold after a while. I don't know. The Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels defeated the Orient Express in a tag match. The Big Boss Man defeated the Barbarian in a singles match. The Mountie defeated Coco Beware.
All of these caricatures. It's so funny to me. I mean, also, I kind of miss these caricatures.
This is cartoon WrestleMania.
They need to strike a difference, I think, modern day, where we have a little bit more of like the Bray Wyatts, you know? I don't think we have enough of that.
Like
I want more cartoons, but I want them to be kind of darker. So I want a gritty reboot.
That's kind of what we have. That is wrestling. It's the gritty reboot. Anyways.
Is it?
All right. We're going to head over to the 1991 Royal Rumble on the WWE Network. Head on over to the chapter mark starting at 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 52 seconds. And in just a moment here, I am going to count down 3, 2, 1 and push play on my remote. If you push play at the exact same time, we will watch this match in perfect unison.
Come play with us.
What are you most looking forward to?
Well, obviously, a Baby Taker. I want Hulk to lose in all fronts somehow, some way.
Okay.
And then obviously, the fun of these older ones for me is just having a rewind and getting to see all the history and the ridiculous.
I have no idea who to expect in this, really. Like, other than the big names.
Do you remember this at all?
I remember the two big moments that get replayed over and over again. Like, I remember who...
You were like 8 years old.
I remember who won. Yeah. I remember who won this, and I remember two moments that get replayed whenever they do one of those, like, Royal Rumble by the numbers.
Oh, so that's kind of this. There's some important moments.
Yeah,
no?
Sure. I'm not going to say yes or no otherwise. But let's start it. Are you guys ready?
Yay!
Thanks, everybody. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're in.
And it's happening.
I didn't say play. I usually say play.
Off to the races.
God, I love hearing Gorilla Monsoon on commentary, and Bobby Heenan, I'm assuming, is with him.
Sure.
Number 1, look who it is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love him so much.
What are these glasses? They're sparkling.
That's the Bret Hart glasses. They're just like a big,
they're so ridiculous,
shiny plastic thing. You've never seen those? That's like his trademark glasses.
No.
He gives them to people.
I like it. Oh, that's nice.
When we went, he gives them like little kids. When we went, my sister and I, in probably the same exact year, honestly.
He got a tight booty. Can we all take a moment to appreciate his booty? Thank you. Bye.
All right. My sister was obsessed with Bret Hart. That was her absolute favorite.
Out of all the people you've ever told me your sister has had a thing for, he's the only one I kind of get.
Really? Because you said that he wasn't attractive previously.
For me, not so much, but I definitely get it. I see it, you know, and I've kind of fallen for him more and more, I think, the more I see him. I appreciate his like good heroic guyness.
Right.
Although I'm sure he played heels at points too. But
Sure.
Oh my God, this guy's fake blonde hair.
Yeah, this is Dino Bravo with the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. But anyways, I was saying we went to an event once, and
you and your sister,
Bret came and gave the girl that was in the next seat from my sister the glasses.
Was she so jealous?
She was super jealous. At this point, she's probably like 18, 19, 20 in that age, my sister.
Mm-hmm.
She has her nails all done with like Bret Hart paint and stuff like that. And she grabbed his shoulder and scratched him so hard that he looked over and went like, and gave her like a excuse me. And at the exact same moment, I happened to be taking a photo. So I have a photo of him super close up. We were sitting second row, Nassau Coliseum, and he is just like stink-eyed, like, what did you just do? Yeah.
Oh
I'll
my
post
God,
it.
that's so funny.
I'll post
Please
it.
post the photo as part of this episode.
On Twitter, yeah. So here's Dino Bravo's already up and over. God, Dino Bravo looks like he was cast as a like mobster's grunt guy in every
I was so gonna say that. Yeah,
mob movie, except he's blonde and he's got fleur-de-lis on his butt for some reason.
Fake blonde. Is he supposed to be like a Swedish or
I don't remember him at
something?
all. The only reason I remember his name is because they said it and I heard it in our little headphones.
Yeah, I feel like the fleur-de-lis and the blonde hair is definitely...
What do you call him?
Fleur-de-lis?
I thought it was fleur-de-lis.
Maybe. Someone tell us.
Geez, if only it was my band's logo when I was in my 20s.
Whatever.
Wah, wah.
If only I took French for 5 years.
I have one of those spray painted on my guitar amp.
Yes, yeah,
and I still
that's right.
And I don't know how to properly say it.
I can look it up right now.
Does that make me a fleur de poser?
Yes. Let's find out.
I love watching Bret when he was young. We have to watch Wrestling with Shadows. Can we watch Wrestling with Shadows today?
Hello, I've been saying that for weeks.
No, every time I say we should watch it, you go like, it's kind of late.
No, I literally have never said that.
All right.
I was ecstatic the other day when we found out it was on Hulu.
Number 3 is coming out. I kind of admit I really love the old school ring, the plain barricades, the purple, and then the tricolored ropes. Something about it just makes me feel good.
I feel that.
And here comes Greg the Hammer Valentine, who you've seen a couple times now. I'm surprised at how much we've seen him. He has popped up in so many of these Rumbles. And at this point, he's already been around for a while. He's not like a legend.
He's an old guy.
Yeah, he's an old boy.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, by the way, that it's fleur-de-lis.
Who is on the back of Jimmy Hart's? I think Jimmy Hart has Earthquake on the back of his jacket. Earthquake, yeah, he does. It says Earthquake on his shoulders, dummy. I can't wait. I'm assuming Earthquake, you'll see him in this. Earthquake was one of my favorites when I was a kid. Him and Typhoon were the natural disasters. And they were just...
you might have already told me this.
Yeah, I mentioned
this sounds familiar
and
to me.
they were just these two big burly dudes who were like very much for the kids.
Two natural disasters.
They were very much, although they were naturally entertaining.
Bye.
Bye, Dino.
Go back to the Flintstones.
Dino Bruno, or whatever the hell his name was. I feel like he had 2 first names. Dino Bravo. I guess Bravo's good. Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Look at Bret just in the background, just waiting.
I know.
He's doing look, this is where Randy Orton got it from.
He's like a tiger.
Oh, I was going to say he's like a viper.
Or a viper. Before you said.
Right in the jubblies.
The little hammers, the little nails.
Right in his nails.
Right in his nails.
That seems like a bad nickname for nuts.
Yeah, because it sounds really, really painful.
It's also like, you consider nuts small, round, and not jagged. We're almost getting we're
getting some hammer ass here.
Greg the Crack Valentine.
Well, his butt's a lot whiter. That much I can tell you.
It is true. Look at the difference between his
It's like the old Coppertone ads. Who's coming out?
I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this is.
Everyone's so big back then. Like, there's no little guys.
Right? In fact, Bret is little.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, this guy that just came out's a little smaller, I think. All the mullets, though. Jeez Louise.
Paul Roma. This guy is Paul Roma. He had a very short-lived little career. I think he was a boxer, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know, maybe.
And why was it short-lived?
I don't know. Look at him. Do you care? Because I don't.
I mean, his name.
Although it's everybody looks the same.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody has the exact same build.
There's so much better variety nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. The double. What did Kirill Monsoon say?
I don't know.
I think he said a double noggin knocker.
Double noggin knocker.
Because he slammed their heads together.
Cock knocker.
His
butt says glory.
Like it does. Does your butt not say glory?
He's glorious.
Your butt is glory. Hitman's butt says Hitman on it. So, Hitman and glory. Jeez.
What if whatever is written on your butt is what you are? What's on your butt?
Juicy.
Oh, no. Look at this guy who's having a miserable time in the front row in the white shirt. He's like, why am I even
You're right.
why
look
am
at
I
him.
even here?
He's like, oh, my kids.
There he laughed at something.
I think he looks like people forced him to come, but there's nobody in the seats next to him, so they got up and left, and they left him there. Is there anybody sitting next to? Oh yeah, no, it's perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like it looked like
there's
those
people with darker shirts.
Yeah, it looked like those people were behind him, but I think they're in the same row. Do you like the old school barricade versus the new big black padded barricade around the ring? Do you have a preference?
I mean, I think the new one allows for more ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Like the jumps and stuff.
I completely agree.
So this doesn't lend itself to that, but this looks very aesthetically like classic.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think we've upgraded for sure in terms of that. So
you've seen this guy once before, I think that's come out. This is Kerry Von Erich.
Yes.
One of the Von
I remember
Erichs.
the boots because they're very fashion police.
Well, no, you might be confusing him with the British Bulldog who had boots like that previously.
Maybe.
The last time we saw him, actually, I don't think he had these boots. Maybe he did. But this is
I'm just saying right now.
the Texas Tornado.
Oh God.
Kerry Von Erich. We talked a little bit about the Von Erich curse.
Yes, we
and
did.
then somebody on Twitter, I should have looked it up and remembered. Somebody on Twitter was kind enough to shed some light on that. And there are surviving Von Erichs, and they actually, apparently, the family's still active in wrestling. So I was wrong about that. I didn't think that anybody, but apparently there's somebody still training. It was too far back. I'm not gonna be able to find it I pulled up my phone like I was gonna find it quickly, but so I apologize whoever it was that corrected me for not remembering. But yeah, Von Erich, he's definitely had the look for sure.
He did. He definitely did. But
he actually reminds me a little bit of the McGee guy that they made that little network special about. Did you hear me talk about that? Or did we watch that together where somebody found this long lost match between Bret Hart and this guy, something McGee? Can't remember what his first name was, Danny McGee or something like that.
No.
And this guy was supposed to be like the next.
Oh my God, he just punched him in the nuts.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Well,
I don't think that was intentional.
Who punched who in the nuts?
I know you've told me. Glory Butt.
That's fine. You don't need to remember his name.
Punched the guy that just came out with the blue.
Texas Tornado.
The Texas Tornado in the balls.
Sometimes
someone else saw that.
I mean,
right?
there's no DQ in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. So why not? But again, I don't think it was intentional. Also, this guy is still so miserable. He's like, yeah, I guess I'll look. Who's coming out?
Oh, I love him.
Another
so much.
big dude.
This is the model Rick Martel, though.
Look how tan he is.
He gets a pass
He's
for
very
me
golden.
for looking like people because he had a gimmick. He had a gimmick. He was a model. He had the.
It's like I'm modeling it up.
Oh, look at him go right after Bret. See, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you save Bret Hart? Why would you beat up the model instead of helping him eliminate a person?
Right.
Unless like the model and this guy, Paul Roma, had some sort of feud going on, because that's.
So you're not.
Where's your logic?
You're not seeing the logic in that storytelling there.
No, there's a lot that happens in the Rumble though, but usually it's because it's like, oh, I'm gonna save my friend. But
right.
Also, hey, it's every man for himself. Friend versus friend. You heard the tagline.
Foe versus foe.
Here we go. Greg the Hammer Valentine. Look at the big wind up. See, nobody does like a big wind up punch anymore.
Well, and he fell pretty well. He's like a big tree.
What you doing on your phone over there?
I'm looking for if I can. I might be able to find more recent than you.
More recent what? Oh, the Von Erich stuff?
Yes. Because I also was tagged in that.
Right.
And I remember reading all about it. And I was very grateful.
Yeah, we should give credit.
Yeah, exactly. This is pretty slow.
Yes.
You know how I've said this before too about older ones is like
they're all the same.
But
listen to the crowd though.
They are excited. But granted, they haven't seen what's coming yet.
Sure. But also I think it's just Bret about to get Rick the model
out
and people enjoy it.
I just want to say this is what I
Again, he did it again. And this time it was the other way around. This time this dummy hit Bret and saved the model, who before he hit the model and saved Bret. What is your logic? This guy Paul Roma.
They all secretly are in love with Bret Hart, I think. Also, I thought this was the case, and I should have said it earlier because now I won't be believed. But it was Tony Griggs, Mr. Tony Griggs.
Right. What did he say?
Educated us.
What did he say about the Von Erichs?
A quick heads up that not all the Von Erichs gone. Kevin is very much still alive, and his sons are in MLW. There's a great Von Erich episode on Dark Side of the Ring on Viceland. There's a wrestler series also on Viceland. Must watch. Appreciate that. Very valuable info.
Oh boy. So Tony Atlas just came out, but at this point, His character is
what's happening?
Saba Simba.
Ooh.
I don't even know what the story was for Saba Simba, but this is Tony Atlas, and he's a friggin' weirdo. But he was
How so?
He's just like a weirdo in real life. He's just a weird guy. Yeah. Go look at him on social media. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But he was one of the first African American champions. He was a tag champ.
Cool. That's great.
Oh boy.
I mean,
someone get literally anybody, but specifically this Roma dude out of here.
Get out of here, Roma.
Yeah, Tony Roma's.
We don't get out of here and
Although
go.
I do enjoy everybody has a mullet.
Everyone has a fucking mullet.
The model has one. Tony Roma has one.
Why were mullets a thing?
Because you had to let everybody know that you were party in the back, business in the front, party in the back.
Oh Jesus!
But you know what though? I give credit because Bret Hart never had a mullet. He always just had like long hair.
And that is why he is the most attractive of this bunch.
But no love for the Texas Tornado?
No.
Is it tough to tell who isn't actually technically attractive because of the low old resolution, the tape resolution? Because it's hard to see anybody's faces. They all just look like
the details are definitely lacking. That is for sure.
When you're running this wide shots like this, it's just every dude is just the exact same.
Oh,
campfires! There's a rumble happening right now in the house.
It's a blur.
What is he chasing a cat?
I don't know.
By the way, the Texas Tornado right now is doing the claw, which was just his finishing move, which he just grabbed some dude's head. Hey, look, it's one of the Bushwhackers. It's Bushwhacker Butch. So these guys were from New Zealand, I think.
Oh, look how excited people are to walk like that.
They were so fun. That was the big thing.
Oh my gosh.
The thing
crowd just popped.
Was that walk.
Yeah.
In fact, Heavy Machinery, the new group Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
They are they did this a few times in honor of the Bushwhackers. I actually thought they should just adopt it as their walk. But I think they decided to tone down their zaniness and try to make them a little bit more of a serious.
Make them a little more menacing.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming.
Saba Simba. Thanks for coming. I mean, he was a big dude, though. Tony Atlas is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might have been an Olympic athlete. I could be wrong. But I think he might have, that might have been a background of his.
Look at that little wind-up punch from the Texas Tornado.
Yeah, that's what he does. I always said that would be that's what we call Tony Wayne, the actor that if people listen to my shows might be familiar with from some of my movies. He's also the
voice of Dragon Wagon.
He's the voice of the Itch Dragon Wagon at the end. We always called him the Tornado Tony Wayne. So it just became I was like, oh, if you're a wrestler. In fact, when we did our web series The Board, that anti-weird little mini short form sketch show that we did, and we did that stupid wrestling bit, that was who he was. He was I think I made him the Tennessee Tornado.
Nice.
I just put a little twist on it.
Perfect. You put a little twist on the tornado?
And I accidentally,
Twister?
okay. So I was his manager in that bit, right?
I remember that bit.
I had the weird tight hair part.
You looked great. You looked great.
Yeah.
Worth a watch, my friend.
I thought was like, what's a good weird wrestling hillbilly name?
Oh no.
And I did not know I accidentally chose the name of the leader of the Klan.
Oh my God.
It was totally unintentional. I was like, what's a good name? Duke. I was like, Duke's a good name. How about David Duke? And I had no idea.
You made your character name David Duke?
I didn't know.
Jeez.
At the time, I had no idea that was a dude from the freaking KKK.
Oh, yeah, he's the main dude.
I didn't know that. I was ignorant.
What do they call him? Grandmasters?
Who knows? But my man just came out to the ring right now, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, he's great.
God, I love him so much.
Jake the Snake is great. I can't believe you made your character name David.
It was an accident.
Was your character also a white supremacist?
No. Although we didn't get that far into it, so maybe.
Oh,
no. They were heels. Maybe they were, listen, they were bad guys.
That's different from bad and evil.
Kenny was the good guy. He was Hollywood. Kenny Williams, I think is what we made him.
Love it.
He was so good. We had so many fun bloopers. He was the best at that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he could be a wrestler in real life.
You know what? It actually, I was pissed because I've been watching wrestling. I was watching wrestling my entire life, and he was better at cutting promos than me. And he was just a casual fan.
Organic,
oh, by the way, look who that is. Did you see who the ref was?
No.
Look who the ref is. Wait.
Is it a McMahon?
Yes, but it's oh damn it! It was Shane.
Oh,
a baby Shane McMahon
with
is the
hair.
Ref. Yeah. Well, wait, he still has hair. Look, you see him on the outside to the right behind.
You mean to the left?
Yes, I'm sorry, to the left. He was behind the model Rick Martel.
Okay,
over
so
there.
I got a glimpse, but I didn't get a good look at his face.
Right.
But look how thick his hair is. He does not have that hair anymore.
I mean, his hair is thinning, but he still has a head of hair on him. He's not like
it's not like that.
he's not like Shawn Michaels where he had to shave it all off because he was going bald. Look, see him there on the right. Look, there he is.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
He's got a little bit of a mullet
such
too.
a little baby.
How is he being counted out? What's happening? What is he?
Yeah, I don't know what the counting was. You're right.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, why?
Get out of here, McMahon.
That was weird. Why was Shane counting? There's no rules. It's like he was counting a rope break for Jake the
right.
Snake. By the way, I love these tights. These Jake the Snake tights.
Yeah. I was gonna say I like Jake's whole.
I know that they have they now have like popular things where you can like buy a jacket that has like an old wrestler's tights and whatnot. And it's always the green and purple design, which is awesome. And that's sort of, I think, what people visualize when they visualize Jake the Snake. But I love this sort of weird, like rainbowy snake he has, this kaleidoscope snake.
It's fun. Now, at this point, is Jake sort of drugged up?
I mean,
when was he not? I guess.
Yeah. But he had not come back and gotten clean at this point. No, that wouldn't be for years later. This dude that just came out is one of these. We saw him in one of these older ones where he's either like the Hercules or Barbarian or the Crusher.
He has something on his butt, so we'll know soon enough.
Right. I bet you I could look.
Everyone's conveniently labeled. It's like your name tag's on your ass.
Right.
Minus the tornado, but I guess he his little fringe reminds you.
I think the only person that really brought some energy to this was Jake, but even then it's sort of like,
and now it's waned.
Yeah.
I know, that's the thing about these older ones.
The fans are still really into it. I think they love the idea that somebody's going to get eliminated.
Okay, but here's the thing.
And yeah.
In my one and only experience of actually seeing any wrestling live, it's 100% different in person. I feel like. I think the energy is so much more fun and exciting. You can't help but pop, even if it is slow. Whereas when you're sitting at home, I think we're, at least nowadays, we're so used to being overstimulated that something like this just feels really slow.
Right. And I think that is also part of why, like nowadays, they inject more of the excitement because they're aware. They know like when stuff gets slowed down. Oh, look at him. Got the model Rick Martel choking. Can't do that anymore. He's just choking.
Yeah, you don't want to actually kill someone.
With him tied up in the ropes. God, that always scared me. I never liked it when people would get strung up like that. Whether it was their arms or legs. It always just so scary. Hurt. I know, it's got to hurt so bad.
Yeah. Someone just... That was rude.
We are on number...
Yeah, this is...
11, I think.
Okay, in that sense, though, it is moving kind of fast. Also, there's so many people in the ring. We need someone to come out and just eliminate everyone.
Hey, it's Tito Santana. Hall of Famer Tito Santana.
He's in all white.
Wrestled the first ever match at the first ever WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Intercontinental champion.
Everyone has the same build. It's crazy.
They're all like that.
They're all these big
bodybuilders. They're just bodybuilders. And you can tell like who's an athlete and who's just a bodybuilder because some bodybuilders, they can't move their body.
Right. Yeah. Like their strength is strength. Lifting things up. Whatever.
Like the dude, I believe that is Hercules, by the way. The dude on the right.
Hercules.
Talk about a guy who's balding.
Yeah, for sure.
He just looks to me like a guy who got really big, but he doesn't really move that well.
Right.
Whereas, and here's the thing is Bret's still a big dude.
Yes, Bret is very
Bret just
big.
looks like an athlete, though.
What do you mean by that?
Like the way that he moves his body, he's not rigid. He's never stiff.
Oh, yes, I agree. He's more flexible, which I think is an important...
Speaking of the devil, they're fighting right now. Yeah.
I think think that's an important
I think
quality.
Von Erich looks like an athlete. The Texas Tornado. He doesn't look like just a bodybuilder. The way that he moves he just seems like a guy who has just as much agility as he does strength.
That's important.
Some of these dudes look like they're just beef. That's all they are. That's just a whole lot of beef.
The McMahon stamp.
Oh, Von Erich's got the claw on Jake the Snake. He's squirming in the corner right now. Camera deciding not to show it.
Who are you most excited about right now in this ring?
Oh, I mean Bret and Jake. Mm-hmm. Like they're still my favorites.
Classic.
Yeah, they're still my favorites. Although I've really grown to love the model Rick Martel as I've gotten older. Like I enjoyed booing him and hating him when he was silly.
Yeah.
When he was like being mean to my people I liked. But,
you're like, don't be mean.
Right. But as an adult, I mean, he's fun. I just love the cocky heel. Like he used to, I told you this once before, he used to come out with a giant a fake perfume thing called arrogance. Oh, look who it is.
Yay.
coming out with his original manager, Brother Love.
Why did he need that?
Brother Love is who brought him to, because he never really spoke, so he had like a mouthpiece. And eventually it would be
It's
Paul
so funny
Bearer.
because then you told me when he was Biker Taker, basically, that like once he got on the mic, everyone was like, oh, he's great. Like he's actually...
Well, he was always, I mean, don't get me wrong, he did always speak as Taker, but he had very few. He was easily spoken. Oh, look!
Oh my God.
Taker just dumped out Bret.
Okay, this is what I was hoping for, that Taker would just come out and literally just...
But look at the way Taker no-sells. See the way like he gets hit? This is like...
Classic.
And it's why a lot of people in the business hated this character at first.
Because they were like, oh, because basically he's emasculating everyone
or
in that sense.
Or no, he's breaking the business. He's like, yeah.
Well, which is great though.
Which is the point of the character. He doesn't feel pain.
Honestly, I think I have such a crush on him because I just realized this and seeing this outfit, which I think gets toned down with time.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, he's such a Frankenstein's monster.
Oh, yes.
Like, that's why I have such a little crush on him.
You do. So you, if for context, you love
that's like one of my favorite books,
stories,
if not my
and
favorite.
you love the monster.
The mythos, all Frankensteinian mythos
is your favorite.
So then I see this and I'm like, I just love an underdog.
An underdog?
And
that's Undertaker. Taker. The underdog is junkyard dog doing the Undertaker's gimmick. Underdog.
Okay, but can we talk about how tall he is? God.
Yeah, he's huge.
He came out and I thought all these dudes were big, and
he's
I
a
was
big
like,
deal.
oh my God.
So yeah, he must.
But he's not as broad in some sense.
He must have just debuted. I want to say in November of the year prior to this. I might be wrong, but I think he debuted in November
just
of 1990. So, and this is January. So this is only his third month as the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Love it.
And he's still just choking and raking. Oh man. Come on, you can do it. Get to the ring. Superfly Jimmy Snuka. This is Tamina's father.
Yeah.
Who may or may not have murdered a person.
Yeah, I always feel a little awkward watching him. Ever since Mr. Paul Bianchi gave me the full story.
Sure. And there goes Bushwhacker
Bye.
Butch. Look, do you see the way Taker like he gets hit, but then he comes back, but he doesn't come back like he's in pain. He just comes back.
Taker has this like Bob Dylan Ghostface thing happening.
He used to paint. He used to put on like powder, like white powder, to make himself more dead
looking.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he was not in the tanning booth.
No.
Maybe that's another reason I like him.
It's also look at him like with no tattoos on his arms.
I know, that is crazy.
Yeah. Just a little baby Taker.
Baby Taker.
He's just a little takelet.
A takelet.
Just a little baby takelet. Oh boy.
Also his hair is so red.
He is such a ginger. I love it.
Listen, Jake.
Which is weird that you like him because you don't like gingers. I want that to be out in the public.
Oh.
You dislike gingers very much so. In fact, I remember the first time that you met Paul, our very good friend and DM of Dungeons & Dragons, and you were like, I don't think I can be friends with him. He's a ginger. And I was like, but he's going to be around a lot. We're very good friends. And you were like, fine, but I'm not going to share a table with him. And I was like, wow, that's really far, Alexandra. What?
Wow.
She's not denying any of this stuff.
I do deny it emphatically.
But you love the Undertaker.
I do love Taker because I have nothing against.
Here's a question though. Do you prefer him with his natural hair color or when it's dyed black?
I mean, I do like the black hair better because it fits with the whole gimmick a little better.
Yeah.
Personally. But I have nothing against his hair. Becky is hot as hell. She's a ginger.
Yeah, but she dyes her hair like a different color from actual redhead hair.
Actually, when it's radioactive red, I like it a little less. I like it when it looks a little more natural.
Oh, here he comes, British Bulldog.
Oh, goodness.
I do miss...
You like this guy.
Honestly, do you know what I kind of miss? I miss how narrow the entrance is. Like, because when they come out, there's nothing but hands on both sides of them.
Right.
And it makes it feel exciting. In fact, there is a photo that's in the Broadway. I am not an Ultimate Warrior fan. I never was. I just don't like the character. I didn't like
You
the
said
dude.
this before, yeah.
I was never an Ultimate Warrior fan as a kid. But there's a photo in the Broadway of the Ultimate Warrior.
He has some great photos, I think. And
I think it's because of the excitement, but there's a photo of him running to the ring with the Intercontinental title around his waist. And he's just it's a swarm of hands.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's such a cool photo.
I wonder why they don't do that anymore. I wonder if something happened.
No, it's production. It just looks cool because they have the big LED board on both sides and everything got bigger. Things got much
British
bigger.
Bulldog had to have been on steroids, by the way. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I don't think anybody in the ring isn't right now. It's 1991.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think
they're all
Taker
big
sweat
boys.
a lot in those gloves? My goodness.
Anybody who wears gloves, I always imagine they're the stinkiest things
Ugh.
ever. Like, just
Yeah.
they're probably reek. Oh, look at little Shane fighting with Brother Love on the outside. Bruce Pritchard, I think is his name. He was a producer backstage. He has a podcast now that's like they have on the WWE network as well. But some people love that dude. Some people hate him.
I have no opinion since
But I did really
don't
enjoy.
know
I did really enjoy recently. I think it might have been around Halloween when New Day were all in costumes. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Kofi dressed up like Brother Love in the white suit.
Oh
with the
yeah,
bright,
I remember now.
the bright red
Yeah.
face. Yeah, it was super fun.
Taker's
getting his butt whooped right now by Super
I don't like it.
Jimmy Snook. I almost forgot what his nickname was. I was almost like Super Snook.
Sure, that's fine. Just call him that.
Oh, it's Smash.
Wow.
One half
What
of
an outfit.
yeah. He looks like he's into some kinky shit.
BDSM.
He's a real leather daddy. He was one half of the leather daddies. No, I'm kidding.
I thought you were for real, and I was like, okay, cool.
One half of
Being sexually free.
Demolition, which so in the rival company there was the Road Warriors,
Right.
the Legion of
I
Doom,
know
right?
that name.
And they were such a big popular team that WWF, by the way, we're watching WWF at the time,
Right.
they decided just to create a knockoff called Demolition. And it was Smash and Crush, which, by the way, I think another thing that we talked about one recently where I forgot that Crush had like a singles career or something like that. But
Oh yeah.
but here's the thing: is they ended up being insanely popular. They were one of the
Really?
few knockoff.
That's so funny.
They were one of the few knockoff characters in wrestling that ended
That
up
worked.
probably having just as much, if not more, popularity at least throughout this time period.
Oh.
Bye, Jake.
He was.
God, I really love those tights.
He shed his skin.
I really dig those tights. The
He's
black
so
tights
mad.
with the colorful.
He mad, y'all.
I just love Jake because he just looks like a fighter. He doesn't look like he's in there to he doesn't look like a wrestler. He looks like some deranged dude they pulled off the street. You know what I mean?
Totally.
He fits in the same
From
category.
a bar. From
Yeah.
a bar.
He
Like
fits-
in the South or in the Midwest.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of pine trees all around. Or it's a swamp. Maybe it's like Louisiana.
He fits the same category as like Roddy Piper does, where it's like he's not.
He looks odd and I like it.
He's not a sports entertainer.
I think if I had watched this back in the day, they would have all been my favorite characters.
Right.
Anyone who looks like a misfit.
we probably would have had the same favorites.
I'm a Misfit Island kind of gal.
Yeah. And Taker was just had the mystique. So even though he was
Oh,
big
absolutely.
and muscular and burly, it didn't feel that way. He just felt like an actual legitimate monster.
Which is
Oh,
wonderful.
and speak of the devil.
Ha!
So this is either Hawk or Animal. Let me see the face paint. Oh, this is I
You
think
can't
this is
just tell
Hawk.
from the back?
No, well the
From
hair
his
helps. This is Hawk. So he's
Wow,
a
he came
member-
out like a hurricane.
He's a member of Legion of Doom, the team that they knocked off. So at this point-
Everyone's beating on him.
at this point they had come over from the other company and made it a debut. So he's a member of the original team. Okay, I didn't. You were giving me zero affirmation. I couldn't tell whether you were.
Sorry,
following.
I'm also wrapped up in all the whirlwind. He came out and he was just
Sure.
like beating on everybody, and everybody was beating on him, and it was crazy.
Legion of Doom. They're renowned for being like really stiff workers.
What is his hair? Oh my god!
Oh, you don't like his weird
Sorry,
double mohawks?
I just saw the hair. Everyone,
His dual
you
hawks.
know I judge hair. It's an important part of the aesthetic. What the fuck is his hair do? No, I hate it. What?
I think
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
I think you're.
This is the worst hairdo I've ever seen in my life.
What's weird about it is that I think he's balding from the front, and so it doesn't come all the way down.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh,
I don't
This
dislike
takes
it.
the cake.
I don't dislike it. It's
This
just
makes
weird.
anyone whose hair I've ever picked on
got-
looks way better than this guy.
He's got like crazy face
On the
paint
record.
and stuff.
No, get out of here. I want him eliminated right now. I don't like it.
I don't think that you're gonna get what you want there.
No.
Greg the Hammer Valentine is still in this match. Holy crap! No, seriously, I'm really surprised. I mean, he's not doing a lot, but I'm surprised he's just still in
There's
there.
a couple people
So
not
is
really
that
doing a
awful
lot.
dude whose psychology I can't stand with glory on his butt.
Glory.
What the hell is his name?
Glory butt.
Tony Roma.
Glory butt McGee.
I am very surprised. Rake in the eyes. Oh, rake in the eyes. It's all legal.
Get him out of here.
I liked Legion of Doom better than Demolition, by the way.
Really?
You know what?
OG fan, yeah.
They came out with football shoulder pads with giant spikes all over them.
Ooh, fun.
It was just cool looking.
Yeah.
I didn't care about them once the bell rang, but
Sure, that's fair.
Who's this little guy?
Who's this little guy? He says
Shane Douglas.
he's very
he's real pretty.
Californian.
He's very pretty.
The orange with the tan and the blonde.
Californian from Pittsburgh, I think, maybe. Or,
you know what I'm talking about, like the aesthetic, you know?
Yeah.
If you told me he rolled off of Muscle Beach, I would have believed you.
Oh, yeah?
Look at him.
He
Wait, by the way, did Arnold Schwarzenegger ever compete in wrestling?
not as like an active competitor, but he has showed up and definitely thrown some punches here.
Yeah.
And there. But he was never like a, in the ring, in between the bells kind of wrestler. No.
Okay.
He did throw a punch at Triple H once at like during the Attitude Era, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's dead." Like he murdered him, but actually he did a good job. Apparently, from everything I'm told, like he sold it well. But
Oh, good.
Schwarzenegger is a huge fan of WWE, though. He loves it.
I was wondering.
I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think
You'd think he would be, but also I wouldn't be surprised if you told me, "Oh, yeah, he hates it." Like, it could have gone either way. So
I think very recently he, he became a Hall of Famer. Like within the past like 5 or 6 years, they inducted him because he does like a lot of outreach. He also does a lot of.
Was Taker's armpits shaved?
That was a courtesy.
Everyone shaved their armpits?
Look, do you see arm hair? Do you see back hair? Do you see any hair in any of these dudes?
I mean, I'm not surprised by the oiled up tan people.
Yeah, everybody. So, it's also a bodybuilding thing. Just bodybuilders tend to shave their whole bodies because it looks nicer. But it was also considered a courtesy in wrestling.
Arm hair?
I'll be honest with you. Leviathan was a dude that owned the Doghouse, was the place I trained at. He was a 7 foot tall, big boy.
Okay.
And he did not shave anything. And he would do headlock takedowns to me, and it was just a mouthful of. And I was just like, I get it. I get why it was so freaking gross. So yeah, I think.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it's just it was a courtesy, and it's kind of stopped. A lot of wrestlers don't do it anymore.
I mean, I see some hair.
Yeah, there's some hairy dudes.
I see some hair now,
and there were some hairy dudes back then too. But
I was just surprised to see Taker didn't have any.
Right. Whoever was supposed to come out did not come out.
Please, Taker, eliminate this guy and his horrible haircut. I know. I agree. Yes, choke him out. Choke him out. Choke him out.
So I have
Who is this guy with the red face? I think
we've been talking about him for the whole time. That's Brother Love.
Yeah, but wait.
That's the guy that he's the Undertaker's manager.
Why didn't we talk about his hair? Because he has a rat tail. That's all. That's the second worst hairdo in the ring.
His hair is just long and pulled back. He's supposed to be a sleazeball.
Yeah. I see it.
His hair is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Who is this man with the cane?
That's Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji?
Yeah, he's a legendary wrestler turned manager.
Of the Fugees?
He recently, yes, of the Fugees. That's Will I Am. Fuji I Am. He recently passed away. He's an icon, massive icon.
God, I'm just so distracted by.
By the way, Randy Savage was supposed to just come out.
Why didn't he?
Because of some underhanded tactics backstage by Sergeant Slaughter. Who beat him for the WWF Championship earlier in the night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it's part of the story. Like, what?
Oh, wait. No, I lied. I'm mixing up.
God, Jake, get your
Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man. I don't know where the hell Macho Man went. Sorry. I filled in information based on the list of.
I have a question for listeners.
I have an answer for listeners.
No, you don't.
I'm going to answer on behalf of them.
No.
Watch,
them
I'll
answer
do it.
For themselves.
I'll do it. You'll like it.
And you can answer the question too, but I already know your answer is you're not a Macho Man fan, but I want to know.
I'm a Macho Man fan. How dare you?
Oh. Okay, so you like Macho Man.
I didn't like him when he was facing The Undertaker because The Undertaker's better.
Great, yes.
But I loved Macho Man as a little kid. Miss Elizabeth was like one of my first crushes.
Who loves Macho Man and why? Tell me, please.
Wait, do you not get it?
No, I get it. I mean, I like him, but I'm just curious about other people's reasonings.
You're going to get a resounding everybody.
Great.
And the reason is going to be because he's the fucking Macho Man. Look at the Legion. I want
specifics.
Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors are teaming up on Taker right now.
Both of their... Yeah, please. Thank you, Taker. Get them out of
here. Double choke slam? Nope.
They're stupid
Kick to the butt and
no!
Big old clothesline.
Okay, you know I am so... Thank you. Thank you.
Legion of Doom just eliminated the Undertaker together. But look.
Yeah, they're immediately getting eliminated.
Who was that? Was that Tito Santana? I don't know who eliminated. Everybody looks exactly the same from far away in old HD. In old, SD.
Biggest upset of any Royal Rumble. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very upset.
Taker's out of there.
No. I miss him already.
Me too, actually. Oh, look at him and Shane. Oh,
That's fun.
Who would have known that one day they would have an iconic WrestleMania match?
Yeah, right? You know who I miss seeing, and I feel like I have yet to really see in any of these matches, is Mr. Mick Foley.
At this point, he is probably Cactus Jack in WCW.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's made his way to WWE. Maybe he has. I don't think he has.
But out of the Rumbles we've happened to watch, I feel like, was he at any or at least one maybe?
I think he might have been in one when he was.
I just don't recall.
As Cactus Jack, maybe.
I'm just so bummed. He's one of my favorites, and I miss him.
We will see a lot of him when we get to a specific era.
I need more.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't done a lot of late or mid-late 90s. I feel like we've missed. Although that's not true. I think we did 97. I don't know. I think we
did do a mid-90s.
I think our randomizer has actually been pretty great because I think
it bounces back and forth.
It bounces back really well. And here's the other member of Demolition.
Well, at least his hair's somewhat normal.
He's kind of mullet again. What are you talking about?
At least it's not shaved down the middle into some stupid hairdo I've never liked.
Boy, you're ridiculous.
Listen,
now they're teaming up on the British Bulldogs. Don't pick on Davey boy.
Leather daddies.
The Leather Daddies are teaming up on. Oh boy.
You know what? I'm okay with this because I don't like the British Bulldog's hair at all.
What? By the way, British Bulldog doesn't have the boots on.
You know what he does have? A dumb hairdo.
All right, so you don't speak ill will of the British Bulldog.
I will.
Never.
Everyone agrees with me.
Nobody agrees with you. He's the freaking
His hair
best.
is no. He is great in how he moves.
He can have white guy braids if he wants.
No, he cannot. I don't like him.
He is a British Bulldog. He's zany and he's colorful.
What? His hair is stupid.
All right. Well,
get him, Leather Daddies. Spank him.
Oh boy, if that's not the first content created me, you, and 30 t-shirt, I don't know what it is. Just a picture of
Get him, Leather Daddies.
Get him, Leather Daddies. Oh boy,
I like it.
Model Rick Martel still hanging in there, getting some screen time.
He's kind of Bret Hardy looking, like they could be brothers.
He has he has the like very typical slimeball New Yorker Italian-y kind of like stereotype. Like he looks like we said earlier about that one dude who seemed like he's like every mob boss's grunt guy.
Yes, he's the mob boss,
or
the mob boss's brother.
Yes, I was gonna say he's the mob boss's like brother-in-law who is actually secretly given like details to the feds. You know, like he's that guy. The model has that kind of
married
face.
to the sister.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean.
Thank you for describing what in-law means. It's very good. We'll have a test later on what uncles and aunts
I'm
are.
allowed one blonde moment a day.
Boy, you've been stretching it lately.
How dare you?
You've been going over. What did you say the other day? You said something. It was the best blonde moment.
No one knows what you're talking about.
Oh, I wish I could remember. This guy just came out with... Hey, it's Hacksaw. Oh, I shouldn't tell you. What's this guy's name? Hacksaw what?
Jack.
Close. It's not Jack.
Jim.
Yep. And what's his last name?
Wood.
Nope, not Jim Wood. No relation to Ed. Look at that fun. Oh, I love him. He's so fun.
I like him, actually.
Yeah. Jim rhymes with hug.
Bug?
No.
Mug?
No.
Fug?
Never mind. You're fucking never going to get it.
Mug?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Duggan.
Come on. You got to remember Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Listen, I'm terrible with names. I'll never remember anyone's name.
Did you say you're peerable?
Huh?
Did you say you're peerable with names?
I'm terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Scott makes fun of me for the way I say terrible, but I think you say it worse than I do.
Terrible?
Yeah. He says I say terrible.
You do say terrible.
No, I don't. That is not a Long Island thing. That is a Southern thing. People from the South say terrible.
I say terrible.
I say terrible.
I said terrible.
My problem is that
terrible.
I emphasize the R's, but I don't change the E to an A, which is what he thinks I do.
Terrible.
Yeah, I say terrible.
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 I might actually change the E to an A. Terrible.
Yeah, because you're from the South. You're a crazy Southern hillbilly.
Oh my God.
You're like a wrestling fan in the 90s. Oh boy. Whoa, we almost got
some booty.
We almost got some
glorious booty.
Glory booty. We almost saw his glory hole.
I'm so bored by everyone in this ring. I'm sorry. I mean, I like the Leather Daddies.
Oh man, I enjoyed that one.
Bret Hart was eliminated.
Yeah,
Taker was eliminated.
Right now, British Bulldog is my favorite in the ring. He's my favorite.
Come on, Bulldogs versus Leather Daddy,
and the body and Rick Martel as well.
Sure.
Whatever happening over here is very erotic. The Leather Daddies aren't even involved in this. You'd think. Oh, look! Oh, British Bulldog going for that sleeper hold. The problem is that if you put him to sleep, Gorilla, then you got to get him up and over the ropes.
Right.
Again, This idiot is still not helping people. Hey! Oh boy, one half of the natural disasters. That, my friend, is earthquake.
All right.
And he's a heel. People don't like him, it seems.
I mean, earthquakes aren't a good thing.
I don't
Why
remember.
wouldn't he be a
it's
heel?
so weird because I don't remember
Look at his tights.
like
Aw.
who was a heel and who was a babyface at times. Look at the size of him.
Yeah.
You see why they call him earthquake. So he had a move.
That sounded like some fat shaming.
What? He had a move where the person would be laying on the ground and he would just jump near them.
Okay.
That
like
would-
an earthquake.
Yep, and he would cause the ring to rubble so hard that it would shock their bones.
Ha-ha.
Oh boy, that was
Okay.
a really good elimination.
Now earthquake's my favorite because he eliminated this douche.
He's already dripping sweat out of his nose.
Ooh.
Oh, look at Hacksaw Jim Duggan say, "Bring it on, earthquake."
He's very slow.
Earthquake?
Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
Just like an earthquake, I guess. Slow and steady.
Everybody always says that about earthquakes. You know those earthquakes, they're always so slow. No one ever said an earthquake and said, "Geez Louise, that was the fastest earthquake you've ever seen."
Earthquakes are scary, okay?
You experienced your very first earthquake pretty recently.
That's
that
not
you
true.
Felt, that you like really felt.
I really felt the first actual one I experienced when I moved here 6 years ago.
Well, you said that you didn't really, that it wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as strong of an earthquake. No, this was the strongest one I felt yet.
Right. You panicked.
I didn't panic. I
You-
grabbed campfire
you were
and then
snatching up dogs and cats left and right.
That's not true. I've heard that cats
You
are
were
better
like,
at.
"Oh my God, it's an earthquake!"
That's not what happened.
You were like, "Jake, open the door! There's a coyote chasing
Oh
me!"
my god!
Remember that story?
Ugh.
Remember when a coyote was chasing you when you were
Campfire heard you
screaming
calling.
at 2 a.m? All I'm trying to say is that you're very good in times of urgency. You're very
I actually am.
You
I
snapped
grabbed
to it.
campfire and then I stood where I was supposed to.
in between a door frame, which I'm not sure
That's
is
not what I
real
did because
anymore.
that is not actually a thing.
I love him so
I
much.
literally had to tell you about that. Why are you just sitting here selling lies and being a dick? God.
because you love me.
Ugh.
Who is coming out to the ring now? Do you know who that was?
I don't
Let's
know.
show
Was
him
it
again.
Dick
Who's
Jake
that guy?
McGee?
Who's this guy? Come on, you should remember his name now. Father of Curtis Axel. Nothing.
No.
I love him so bad.
He's trim.
It's Mr. Perfect.
He kind of looks like Randy Orton in the face, not in the anything
All right.
else.
I'm sure that's going to be a conspiracy. Maybe something was going on with Cowboy Bob Orton and Mr. Perfect swapping wives or some
Ooh,
shit.
you know how they had those parties back in the
now this dude
70s
is-
and
this
80s?
look at the way Mr. Perfect moves. Like this is a guy who
Like
was
he's Mr. Perfect?
he was ahead of his time. There's a reason why like him and Bret became big deals.
Whoa.
They were the future.
He kind of reminds me of Dolph.
Oh, very, very, very much so. Dolph is often compared to him. In fact, Dolph for a while was doing the
Even the hair.
gum. Yep.
like the whole look.
bleach blonde.
Yeah.
So Mr. Perfect, you see, he was chewing gum, and he would spit the gum up in the air, and
Maul out
then
of
as it
gum.
was coming down, he'd smack it. And
Ew.
Dolph did that a couple times.
I think he was at another one of these because I think he told me
was.
the story
Yes.
before, and I
Yeah,
was like,
you've
"That's
seen him
gross."
before.
I don't know why that's so gross.
Because it's chewed gum.
Nothing
And
can be worse
someone's-
than
it's going to end up in some other wrestler's
your
hair.
face being in someone's butt. You know, that's the grossest move of them all.
The stink face.
Oh. Bye.
God, I feel like Mr. Perfect and British Bulldog are now my two. Oh wait, is Bulldog still in there? They
I'm
didn't
pretty
get
into
eliminated.
Mr. Perfect. Where's my
great.
leather daddies? Are they still here?
Leather Daddies are both still in this
Good.
match.
Good.
Oh wait, are they both or only one of them? I see one.
Just
in the
one
corner.
daddy.
We have only. Oh no, they're both there.
Perfect.
They're both in the corner right now, getting beat up by somebody. Oh,
0.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
oh, look who it is!
Oh, no.
Hulkamania's running wild. You
Here
really
we-
don't like him.
Here we go. Why
He's-
would I like him?
He's number 24. Listen to this place.
I know. They all just pop.
It's still so funny to me that he got over with this hairstyle. Like I am still so surprised.
Nothing about him physically makes sense.
But maybe
Nothing.
that's why he got over because he was
Ugh.
just so ridiculous. But nothing about a man with a skullet is cool. Yet
Nothing.
he was the biggest thing. Everybody loved Hulk.
His hair is terrible.
Look at him going right after Earthquake.
How dare he? Yeah, there he is.
People are gonna count. No, never mind.
People are
Look
very
at
into
the
him.
head. He's just crazy. He's a crazy man. You don't love this?
I mean, at least he brought a little energy. I'll give him that.
Oh, trying to get that big. Well, he couldn't even keep. Earthquake couldn't even keep his leg up on the rope.
He's like,
oh, it's going to take everybody. See, Mr. Perfect going after Hogan.
Pulling his hair. What little there is left.
Yeah, you make a statement. Make a name for yourself. Perfect.
Do it.
Perfect. I loved his finisher. I always loved anybody who had an impact finisher that had a pin combined. And so he did a trap suplex where after he suplexed the guy, he just held them on the ground, bridged up, and pinned them.
Right.
And it's such a good looking move.
That's pretty fun.
Nowadays, people do it as not a finisher. They just do it in their repertoire. But it's always so good. In fact, do you want to know who has one of the best perfect plexes these days? Foxy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fox. She has such a good.
That's great.
She just does really great bridges because she's just so athletic. But she hasn't been on TV in ages, and Alicia Fox has not been really active. But
some shit happened though.
Oh yeah, she had some problems backstage with some stuff and some drama. Some drama. You know how that backstage drama is.
Yes.
Hulk, would you get rid of this fucking weirdo barbarian Conan guy? Who's this coming to the ring? Oh, it's a member of the Anoa'i family, if I'm not mistaken. Which guy is this? I'm terrible. I want to say this is Haku or... Yep, it is Haku.
Haku.
Yeah. He almost means no worries. He just needs the matada.
That's Hakuna.
Yeah, I know. That's why he almost...
Hakuna, Jake.
He almost needs it. That's why I said namatata. He needs a namatata. Oh, look at him. Look at the model just disrespecting Hogan. Ripping the shirt off.
Okay.
Strangling him.
I'm all right with that.
Now you like the model again?
I never disliked
that
him.
Face. The model Rick Martel is like...
You sound like you kind of got a little crush.
The model Rick Martel is like if Jerry Seinfeld lifted a ton of weights and they...
Oh my God.
That's what he looks like.
I think you might have ruined it for me.
Doesn't he? He looks like him. He looks like Jerry Seinfeld in the face. He's just like a
I think Jerry
face.
Seinfeld would be very offended.
I think Jerry Seinfeld would agree. Do you know how like when Jerry laughs, we were big fans of comedians in cars, whenever he has that really natural laugh, he gets that really big nose and that big I have the exact same thing. When my smile is just all nostril.
Yeah.
And my teeth go...
You're going to blow fire out of your nostrils.
Yeah, and my gums go up and back, so I'm very toothy. I've got an awful smile, much like Jerry Seinfeld and the model Rick Martel. That's why I hate my big, toothy, nosy... I feel like somehow my nostrils go up towards my eyes.
I think it's very cute.
I think it's just an Italian, Long Island-y kind of Italian-y thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. Who knows? It's not like I did Ancestry recently and figured out...
You figured out you're very French, too.
Yes. Unless it's all a lie, because who knows if that shit's real. Let's just be honest. We got excited about it, but it could all just be nonsense.
I don't know about that.
There have been people that have submitted like dog saliva and gotten results back.
Really?
Somebody apparently submitted tap water once and got results back. That's also something that I heard.
This sounds like some bullshit.
I don't know. All I do know is that Jim the Anvil Neidhart came out with some fire. That's Natty's dad. You remember that?
Yeah.
One half of the Hart Foundation with Bret Hart.
Yes.
I loved him. He's another guy who, like Jake the Snake, and like he just seems like you grabbed him out of a bar somewhere.
Totally.
And
he's a biker.
Yeah, he has like a bikery kind of thing to him. But he's just crazy. Like he's scary to me.
He's got that bad guy haircut, like Buzz.
Yeah, he got the short high tight.
Buzz from Home Alone. This is him grown up.
But right, who actually reminds me of what was the name? Was it Buzz Cut? Who was the name of the coach from Beavis and Butthead?
Oh God,
it was something Buzz Cut or Buzzkill.
Yeah, something like that.
Coach Buzzkill. That's what it reminds me of. It's that.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I see it.
All of my references are from Beavis and Butthead. That's how I learned archetypes. Because I'm a child of the 90s.
You were shitting on the 90s.
I love the 90s. They're awful.
How dare you?
That's why I love them. And they're back. Have you seen? I still cannot believe.
I know.
When we go to Target and we see like
it's
the
wild.
Fucking clothing section in Target.
All I know is that I saw someone with a fanny pack the other day, and I was thinking, that That would be handy when
Right.
I'm walking the dog. Like I had that thought, and I was
And
like, "This is scary."
Not for nothing. I think it's coming back in wrestling too. Like if you look at the colors are coming back.
We're going to have all neon soon.
When we watch stuff from the Attitude Era, these Rumbles, you said one day, like everybody, we watched one.
Everyone had black.
And every single person, it was one with like Test and Taker as Biker Taker and all these other dudes.
Very dark.
Every single one of them is wearing just black. And now look at this ring. Look at this ring. It's just filled with zany colors. I always like Mr. Perfect's color scheme.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the other Bushwhacker. Oh,
He's tiny.
Sure.
This is a tiny guy.
I guess comparatively, yeah. Look at him. He's bushwhacking all the way into the ring. Hogan is still at it.
He's still there.
Him and Earthquake. Wait, look at
He's
Earthquake.
so fake tan. My goodness.
He is very
He
dark.
looks like a burnt log.
Look at him. Oh, he's in the ring. And wait, there goes Earthquake.
Oh my God.
Bye.
What the F?
And he's out.
And he just kept walking.
He's still doing
What was
it.
on his butt? Can someone
doing it.
pause and rewind and tell me what was on his butt?
So that is the moment that they always replay.
It's so funny.
For years, that was the quickest Royal Rumble elimination.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Beat only by later on by Santino.
I think I saw that one.
Was that one of the ones we? Yes, and he was like, "I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready."
Yeah.
Which irritated the shit
Because
out
I
of me.
remember because you were like, "Oh my God, it was so quick."
Because I love Santino. Santino is one of my, in my opinion, Santino. I will die on this hill. One of the single most underrated in-ring wrestlers in history. Santino Marella is such a good wrestler. He has some of the best-looking arm bars since Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
What do you think, listeners? You agree?
I'm sorry, I meant arm drag and an arm bar. The dude moves so well. Every dumb gimmick and dumb comedy thing they gave him, he knocked out of the park. And when it was time to get stuff done in the ring, he could put on great matches.
Yeah.
I think Santino Marella was cursed with being so good at being funny. And so they needed, when they realized that he can do that, they're like, well, that's what you are now.
Right.
And
They're
he
like,
was
oh.
never able to break it.
That sucks.
Yeah, he was never able to like be taken seriously. But
what a tricky industry.
Man, when we watched the 14, 11, when we watched the 40-man Rumble, oh, you're going to see my anger.
40-man Rumble.
Yeah, there was one year where they did 40 men, and you'll see my anger at that point. Oh, one of the nasty boys. I always get them confused. You saw
Did
these
they come
guys.
out to Janet Jackson?
They should have. WWE wasn't smart enough to do that kind of stuff yet. They weren't going to pay for that.
Silly.
This is Knobs.
Knobs?
Brian. Oh, look, he just fell. The dude literally just fell trying to throw a punch at Mr. Perfect. Not so perfect.
I mean, I like Knobs' punk-looking outfit, but his hair is...
Take one guess at how his name is spelt.
How his name is spelled?
Yes, spell his name for me. Knobs.
Knobs. And it's not spelled Knobbs?
Yes, you got it exactly right. I was just curious if you would, I don't know, figure it out because it's kind of a dumb name.
It is a dumb name, but...
Brian Knobbs was number 28, so there was only 2 more participants left in this match.
I've heard dumber names.
I am really surprised at the lack of big names towards the ending of this match.
I think Hulk is really the biggest name.
And Bulldog is really big. Anvil is not, I mean, he's still tag team talent, but he's popular.
I was going to say Anvil's sort of
and I guess
tertiary.
We missed the elimination of Superfly Jimmy Snuka. I don't know who eliminated him, but what do you mean? Why are you upset about that? You didn't even like him.
I didn't like him.
He was eliminated earlier. At some point,
I confused him with someone else. Sorry.
Yeah, Demolition
JK.
is still in there. The one half of the leather daddies are still there. But yeah, no, not a lot of huge games. I think Earthquake.
Are we done?
Hogan,
was that the whole?
No, there's 2 more left.
Oh,
okay. I just said that.
I missed you saying it.
Yeah, you don't listen to me.
I do.
You really don't.
But then I don't.
I think you listen and then immediately forget what I just said.
You're sort of like the teachers in Charlie Brown.
Fantastic. Oh, that explains so many of our previous podcasts.
How dare you?
Number 29. Here's
big
another
guy.
one of those. Yeah, this was another one of this is the Warlord.
I don't like that name.
This was like that. Like everything was like, oh, you're the Warlord, you're the Barbarian, you're Conan, these generic fantasy names, Hercules and yeah, Zeus.
Yeah.
Although Zeus wasn't until the No Holds Barred movie, but I digress.
Some people definitely stand out more than others in terms of that sort of thing. Like, I feel like
It's generic.
it is very generic, and that's the problem. Like, if you're going to be sort of this zany character, I think it needs to be really well thought out and unique.
Whoa, Jeebus.
Oh my God. He
Crush.
was spanked.
Crush just flew. I can't get over little baby Shane. He's doing such a good job keeping people in order on the outside of the ring.
Is he?
Yeah, it's not it's a thankless job.
Is it?
It is. Have you thanked a referee lately?
No, but I don't need to.
Have you seen anybody thank a referee on WWE programming?
No.
See? Thankless job.
Fair enough. Wow. That was stiff. Ooh.
Oh, he barely got under that. Hogan barely. Oh, look at perfect.
He's
Like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love him. Perfect. I really like that you see Dolph Ziggler in him because
how can I not?
Because they're very like
everything about. If you had said this is Ziggler's dad, I would have believed you.
He's a stepping stone for sure to like the Dolph Zigglers of today. By the way, Mr. Perfect just went out between the top and middle rope.
I see that
rope. Rather, he's conferring with his manager Bob the Brain Heenan, strategizing. Oh, and Warlord is gone by Hogan.
Bye.
I think Hogan has probably racked up the most eliminations
after coming out.
Haku going after him.
He's very ketchup and mustard.
That's you and me.
He's like a McDonald's.
We noticed recently that
yeah,
because I have a red hoodie and you have a yellow hoodie, and
yeah,
we were out. Oh, it's Tugboat.
People booing.
Tugboat is he's aligned with. Wait a minute.
Why are they booing?
Well, he's aligned. Wait, what?
What's
I
happening?
Don't know. Maybe they weren't booing. Maybe they were making a tugboat sound.
Oh, like boo,
I don't
boo.
know. Because for a while I got Tugboat. I think.
Oh, Mr. Perfect just made it back.
People are definitely going to.
Wow, that was very athletic.
I think Tugboat might be Typhoon.
Okay.
They might be the same person.
All right.
And maybe this was after the natural disasters. Like, there's some story here that I don't remember. This is too long ago for me to remember. But I feel like at one point he was the partner of Earthquake, who we just ran and went after, which would make sense. Maybe they had split and he renamed himself Tugboat.
Okay.
This sounds maybe familiar.
Fair enough.
Man, I'm surprised I don't remember this better. I'm not surprised. I have a shitty memory. But
that's true. I can't confirm. Things happen. I watched the other day, you and Scott were trying to tell me a story, and then you were like saying details, and Scott would like correct you, and he was like, no, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, wow.
No, that was Scott being facetious.
No.
None of that was real.
It was very real.
No.
It was
I have
real.
a very good
I've been there before.
I have an exceptional short-term memory.
I am worried about your early onset brain issues.
I'm sorry, who are you? What are we doing?
It's going to be like The Notebook, y'all.
Oh, that was a sad movie. I totally watched that movie by myself and cried when I was in my 20s. I was a very emotional person.
I think a lot of us did.
But not a lot of dudes.
One of my nicknames is Allie.
Is what?
Allie.
Where did that come from?
That was Rachel McAdams' character in the movie, Allie.
Oh, I was like, what a weird non sequitur. I thought you just like
I thought
out of
you
nowhere.
watched The Notebook, Jake.
I did, but I don't remember people's names in Notebook. I can't remember whether Typhoon was Tugboat or not. You think I'm going to remember the name of Rachel McAdams?
What is my name, Jake?
Something about that song. Come on, Eileen. I need to remember the song. Why you give me that side eye right now for the listeners not to see?
I'm gonna murder you later.
Why? Because that's your middle name and you don't like it?
I like that name fine.
But you just don't like the song.
Yeah,
you hate that that's your song.
That's not my song.
It's your song. It's
that's
got your
my
namesake.
Middle name.
It's got your namesake. Listen, my song is Jake by Lisa Loeb. All about an asshole
and you know
named
what?
Jake.
There's not a lot of songs named Alexandra, but there is one by Leonard Cohen. Thank you very much.
Okay. Everybody that's in this match is here. So who is your pick to win, and who do you want to win?
Blah.
Oh, there goes Tugboat.
Oh no!
Bye, Tugboat. I love Tugboat's outfit. I should go as Tugboat for Halloween.
He looked very French.
I should go as Tugboat for Halloween, but since
Why?
I'm not that big, I can go as like a littler boat. I can go as Rowboat. Nothing? Okay.
Nope.
All right, who's your pick to win, and who's your
have
desire to win?
Zero reaction for you because that is dumb.
Who's your pick and who's your desire? I'm pissed that Perfect is gone.
Sorry, I had to burp off mic. I mean, I'm sure Hulk is gonna win, is my theory, because
now he has
this
already
whole match has been a little boring for me.
He has already won Royal Rumble at this point.
I mean, I was gonna say I was rooting for Anvil as one of my picks.
All right, but he's gone now.
He's out. I mean, obviously, I guess I would have to say.
Remember, Earthquake is also in there, and he's also a big deal. He's a big heel right now.
Okay, why don't you name again?
Oh, all right. Okay, he's got. They're dropping like fries. It's the model Rick Martel, Earthquake, Hulk Hogan, who's out in the corner. Knobs and the British Bulldog are our final 5.
I mean, I guess the model Rick Martel is my pick to win.
He's your pick.
He's my pick to. He's my I want to win.
You wish you win
because at least he is not Hulk.
Fair. And look at! Did you see the Earthquake with a jumping kick to the tummy?
That was pretty great.
He got both feet off the ground.
Hulk is my assumption.
Okay.
And the model is my pick, my wish.
Yeah, they're. I'm actually surprised at this final 4, whatever it's going to end up being.
This is the least thrilling Rumble for me,
especially being who some of the other big names are right now.
Yeah,
but I think it's because maybe people weren't pulling double
right
duty, and
there went my pick.
Well,
now I'm even more.
At least
bored.
he doesn't need to worry about children ruining his modeling career. And now we're down to our actual. I could not believe that Knobs of the Nasty Boys is in a final 4 of a Royal Rumble.
That's pretty wild.
I am very surprised.
I'm going to go ahead and assume he doesn't win because of the way you're talking about him.
All right. That's a fair assessment.
But there went the Bulldog.
Bye, Bulldog.
Neutered.
Check on him. Make sure he's okay. Oh, we're going to tag team.
He kind of looks like Matt Lucas if Matt Lucas was a wrestler.
Oh, my God. I want to see Matt Lucas dressed as Knobs of the Nasty Boys. By the way, I don't know where
you heard it here
Scab
first.
or whatever the fuck his teammate's name was. We didn't see Scabs or something.
This is a very 90s. This is peak 90s bad guy wrestling motif, like Scab and Knobs, and like
I don't remember.
They're in the back alley.
It might be Skags with a G.
Okay.
Skags. He was in one of our other Rumbles. I just don't remember him.
Look, they're so excited. They're like, "Ha, we brought down Hulk. Now we have to beat each other up."
Well, if they get Hulk eliminated,
get him. This would be the weirdest Rumble if one of these other 2 dudes wins, but I'm okay with it.
It wouldn't be weird if Earthquake. Again, Earthquake was a big deal.
I want Hulk to lose, obviously, so someone should.
Oh, look, he's doing it.
Oh yeah, get him. I don't know what that. I would just be like, "Wee, that's so fun."
Like, what does that do?
Nothing.
It rattles your bones. Wait a minute. Big old.
Oh, he didn't commit. He should have really sat on him.
Well, you don't want to murder a man.
It would have been funny.
He could have collapsed his lungs and he would have died instantly.
They're so excited.
Uh-oh, you just pissed him off. See, this is what made Hogan great.
Did it?
Listen to this audience. Oh, the double clothesline. He's hulking up. Oh, you're feeling it in the back row. You're feeling it at home.
He just kicked him out.
He just big-booted.
He literally kicked him out.
Big-booted Knobs into the 5th row.
Come on, Earthquake.
Uh-oh.
You can do it.
He is just hulked up. Look at all that tanner just at work overtime. When
he's like he literally looks like a hot dog. His skin is hot dog colored.
He does.
He has ketchup and mustard on.
When he hits the ropes though, when Earthquake hits the ropes, look at how far those ropes move.
It's scary.
It shows you how.
Oh God.
Oh, he just Mouth of the South. Jimmy Hart just got one
right in the mouth,
right in the mush. It shows you also how loose the ropes used to be compared to how they are now, because nowadays that everybody started doing much
more taunt. Oh my God, he pulled him right by the nads.
Well, he tried to body slam him, but he couldn't get him up. You can't body slam him. What are you kidding me? Look out. Look at how far they go. And
he's very confident about it.
Big elbow drop.
He's so slow.
Yeah, well, he's a big giant monster. You don't got to be quick.
Kind of reminds me of Nia.
Of Nia Jax?
Like how she's kind of slow in that way.
Yeah, we criticize her lumbering.
She's very lumbery, and I think this is sort of a lineage here.
She doesn't fight. I've always argued that Nia doesn't fight with a sense of urgency.
Neither is this guy. Yeah. This guy's fucking taking his time. Slow rumble, if you will. It's funny if an Earthquake wins a rumble.
Well, he does make the Earth rumble.
Exactly.
It would be perfectly fair.
Is he going to toss Hulk over?
Running power slam.
What's even the point of that? Throw him over the ropes and get him out of there.
He's wearing him down. Oh, wait, did he just tried to pin him. Yeah. Wait, was that an honest mistake?
I don't know.
Or was it meant... Or are they trying to play up that he's dumb?
What is this?
He just straight up tried to pin him in a Royal Rumble.
What are these duck lips that he keeps making?
This is Hogan hulking up.
Is that what duck lips mean?
He's just breathing through his mouth real hard. Breathe through your mouth and try not to do duck lips. I bet you can't do it. Try it right now. See, you can't do it. No, now you looks like you're eating a hot dog. Now it looks like you're... All right. Look at that awful chop. That was awful.
This is really thrilling, ladies and gentlemen. It's a hot dog versus a Earthquake. Who's gonna win?
Yeah, you can't say hot dog versus and then use his real name. I always thought you were gonna have some sort of fun analogy for what kind of food he would be.
No, he's just.
I think he's a potato.
That sounds.
It's a hot dog versus a potato.
He is
hot dog versus French fries before they're fried and cut.
Listen, I'm trying to be demeaning toward Hulk. I have no reason to be demeaning toward Earthquake. Earthquake can still be Earthquake. Hulk is a hot dog. The end.
Hashtag Hulk is a hot dog.
Hulk is a hot dog.
I gotta remember that.
Hot dog Hulk.
Hashtag Hulk is a hot dog. I'm writing this down.
He is though. Look at him.
Hot dog Hogan.
I see hot dog Hogan. Bam.
Hashtag hot dog Hogan and it's Hulk Hogan's likeness, but in a hot dog bun. Oh no!
Oh!
There he goes.
What did I fucking tell you?
Hulk Hogan
of course
wins.
He won this.
First ever two-time Royal Rumble.
Well, it's been
winner.
around for like 4 years at this point.
Within the first 4 years, Hogan won it twice.
Whatever. Boo! Boo!
Listen to these fans. Look at all those Hulk Rules outfits and signs.
All of them are stupid.
Listen to this song. Listen, just for a moment. How does that song just not get you going?
It doesn't at
when
all.
it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
I prefer Taker.
You're not. You prefer. All right. Listen, you got to help your friends.
Listen, you should be flattered. I like them pale and deadly.
Wait, I am pale, but I'm not deadly.
Hulk rules. He's pointing at a sign of himself that says Hulk rules.
Made by a child who does not know the difference between a U and a V. Tune in next week for Jake picks on children in the audience.
Oh, God. You're that guy.
Wait, what does that say? Heenan will serve hard time because he was going up against the big boss man.
Peace in the Middle East.
Oh, see? Again, this is that was
so political.
Well, this was the big deal at the time.
Yes.
Again.
I mean, that is a very big deal.
Well, there you have it. The 1991 Royal Rumble match. Overall thoughts? I'm gonna assume just by your reactions while you're watching it, not your favorite.
Do you see my face?
Yeah, not excited. Did you like anything about it?
My face
Saddam
is
and Slaughter will surrender is the sign that he had on.
Oh boy.
That was fun.
It's a real upper of a match.
All right. Well, so not your favorite.
Okay.
Clearly.
I love Baby Taker, obviously.
Baby Taker's fun to watch.
Little Takelet.
So was that was your highlight?
That was a highlight for me, obviously.
What was the thing you hated most about it? And you can't just say like, oh, it was slow.
Okay, but I didn't like how slow it was.
Sure, I know, but that's a given.
What did I dislike the most about it?
Yeah.
What is that black stuff all over Hulk's chest?
It might be makeup from one of the wrestlers who had makeup on. Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
Oh, it looks scary.
I think it's just
He's
makeup.
holding up the American flag right now. Oh my God.
Well, he's an American hero. The song is all his theme song is all American.
I also really enjoy noticing that Hulk was a hot dog. That was fun for me personally. But
Hashtag hot dog
also
Hogan.
my least favorite thing was Hulk in general, always. Because I don't like him.
All right. And
what about you?
As far
what did you think of this match?
I am surprised at how few like huge names. I thought there would be bigger names of the time in this match, but I guess a lot of them were in other things. And for whatever reason, Macho didn't show up. I'm curious about why Macho did not show up.
I always think of Nachos when I hear his name.
All right.
I know it's really obvious, but
I don't know why he wasn't there. I'm going to look into that now after the fact. So when you tweet at me saying, "Oh, the reason was blank,"
everyone's
going
to be really mad at you.
No,
you're supposed to educate
just
me.
Just tell them.
Educate me, people.
Know that I already looked it up.
Oh my God, is he Catholic? What?
What are you talking about?
He just did the little spectacles, testicles, watch him wallet.
Well, his whole thing used to be eat your vegetables, say your prayers. That was listen, this is America in the 90s. Everything was, be a good boy. That his whole thing was like telling kids to do their homework.
Where's my Al Bolin? That's all I want to know.
Your who?
From Home Improvement.
Oh my God. You butchered that name almost as bad as you butchered somebody's wrestling. His name is Borland.
Borland?
You said Bolin.
Bolin?
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
I haven't watched that show in about 2 decades.
All right. Well, there you have it. Not one of the better ones. I enjoyed.
Did you think it was good?
I enjoyed seeing some of the people that
that you like
that I enjoy watching when they were younger.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing Mr. Perfect. I enjoyed seeing. I like that that Bret opened it up.
And you know what? Bret was delightful. And I liked that Taker got to take him out. But then it sucked because then he got taken out and it was like all the heart was gone.
I enjoyed seeing both Demolition. I enjoyed seeing both Demolition and Legion of Doom together. But yeah, overall, not a great Rumble.
It didn't feel very exciting for me. And this is what the more I see of these, and this is the craziest thing. Listen, everything I've ever heard from you and Paul as you're like telling me and catching me up on history of wrestling when we watch stuff together, I always have this feeling like, oh, the Attitude Era sound like it sucked. Like I always have like this really bitter feeling about it. And I think it's because of how women were represented. That my mind has not been changed about that, outside of the fact that some of the women did do such a great job and tried their hardest to pave the way. And I respect those women.
Right.
But the way the shit, oh my God, what was the storyline I was reading about the other day with Trish and being like the kayfabe wife of, oh my God, that whole fuck. I was like, what is this shit? Okay, so that upsets me. But out of these Rumbles, the energy of the Attitude Era Rumbles is so amazing. And I really, the more I see of the older stuff, the more I'm convinced of that.
Right.
And it's very interesting.
That is just there was an electricity during the Attitude Era that everybody talks about.
Well, and I think too that there weren't clear heels versus baby faces. I think the fact that everyone sort of had this tweener vibe for the most part, not everyone, but I mean, I think that infused a lot of energy as well.
Also, though, and I think what is interesting about it is I think the demographic being what it was is part of it. People always say that the product is different, and I not that it's not different now because obviously it was edgier, but I think that the demographic at the time was the types of people. It was mostly teen boys and early 20-year-olds who were very enthusiastic. Whereas nowadays it's such a wider range of.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think
that people aren't as. It's like it's not the people aren't as excitable, which is I think is part of that electricity.
So you feel like nowadays isn't as good as Attitude Era for you?
Oh, audiences for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because people are. I think there's more apathy in the audience.
Yeah, but I like seeing more diversity in the audience.
I completely agree.
And I think that nowadays audience, even if not as energetic, I see so many more like kids and women and all sort of genders.
It's like back to like what it was in this. If you look at this, these audiences were super diverse in the late 80s and early 90s.
That's true.
Because it was a family product.
Well, they need to strike a difference, I think, between being too PG and too...
And they are. I think they have been.
Have they?
Oh, absolutely. We've got.
I guess you're right, because the Fiend stuff that happened recently was really dark.
We're doing a lot of... They're doing a great job right now, but...
Anyways,
thank you so much for listening to our show. Please make sure you are leaving us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Those ratings and reviews, they mean everything to us. They keep us going in our hearts and minds. And also,
apple a day.
Also, there's 1,042 plus about 1 million other wrestling podcasts out there.
Oh, goodness.
And so simply writing a review is a great way to help us just come up when somebody searches for a new wrestling show to see. We're a tiny little show just hanging out. Baby. Just a couple hanging out.
Little takelet.
Just like little takelets ourselves. Throwing us a rating and review is a great way to just kind of help other people get some eyes on.
Here's a question I'm
listen
throwing
and
out.
Watch and join with us.
Sorry to interrupt you. I had a thought, or I want to hear everyone else's. What are your nicknames? What are your baby nicknames for people when they premiere? Like takelet, and what are your names for people's balls? Because I feel like that's two things we do quite a lot on this show. We're like, oh, those are the little nails.
All right.
I want to hear answers to those questions.
Great. Also, check out Me, You, and 30 merchandise at dragonwagonshop.com. You heard me joking about it at the top of the top of the episode, but it is super important. A great way to support the show. We've got an awesome Jar of Rumble shirt.
They're beautiful. I have to say. You have the shirt. It's gorgeous.
It's so fucking cool.
These mugs are super nice.
We got some mugs. We got all the sorts of stuff. You can support other Dragon Wagon shows there as well. Just support the network if you enjoy it. If you're listening to this, I'm going to take a wild guess that you're probably a Compadre listener as well. There's some Compadres merch up there. There's all sorts of really fun stuff at dragonwagonshop.com. And if you want to reach out directly, find me on Twitter at LiquidJake and on Instagram at Jake Lloyd.
And find me on all social media at Alexandra Hoy, Hoey.
And make sure you're following at It's Dragon Wagon on all social media. And check out dragonwagonradio.com. For all things Dragon Wagon Radio. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you very much.
I hope you guys have a good 2 weeks. We'll see you in another 2 for another fantastical Rumble. If you are enjoying this podcast and other podcasts on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network, be sure to check out the Dragon Wagon Shop. awesome t-shirts and mugs from your favorite shows so you can tout your podcast pride, all while supporting your favorite indie podcast network. And make sure to check it often for new items and limited time designs. So shop now at dragonwagonshop.com and get your dragon swag on.
It's Dragon Wagon.